So the Panthers now go into 165 pounds, where Holden Heller, 28th ranked for the Panthers, taking on 12th ranked Peyton Hall for West Virginia. Not a good position here if you're the Panthers, as Hall favored here. That puts a lot of pressure on your last four.
It does, and I feel like we talk about this all the time, is you don't want your wrestler, upper weight class wrestlers changing their style to accommodate the team. That's not fair. And Heller with a nice 2-on-1 Russian tie climbs up the back and gets behind Hall, but his right leg is just caught up. Look for Hall to come out of that and pressure in, get a takedown. Now Hall has a cradle. And I think Headley is you see Coach Headley talking to the ref here. I'm curious of what he's talking about. I think that he doesn't want a reversal because he's still on his hip. So you see Heller, right knee is inside. Hall, great job, knee slide, gets his hips through, and that pushes Heller back.
And now they're going to review that takedown.
This is what they're reviewing. Heller's not on his hip there. So even if Hall does get that cradle, I believe the rule is if your opponent is still facing you, you're on your base, so your hands, your knees, your elbows, or your knees, your opponent needs to bring you down to a hip in order to maintain control.
Let's take one more look at it here as they look at it themselves, the referees. So at this point, hip down, but because he got it up before the hand went to the head, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure right here, but you see Coach Headley start to walk here close to the ref and start chirping at the ref right here. And in this position, that what we're looking at, if you freeze frame this is not a reversal. Heller is facing Hall. Heller is on his base. So hands and knees, that's not a reversal, according to the rules. And now, if Hall were to bump Heller to a hip, then he would get a reversal.
So they are reviewing this right now. And here we go. Look, after further review, they wave it off.
And that's the rule. And great job by Coach Headley. He was on that really quick. And they waved it off.
I think they want some clock adjustment, as what Tim Flynn's mentioning. Hall was an All-American last year for West Virginia. Also was a runner-up at the U23 World Team Trials. Finished 8th in the nation last year, did Hall?
Yeah, Hall's another, he's Parkerburg's, West Virginia, I believe.
Went to Oak Glen High School.
Okay, Oak Glen High School. And, he's a Quest boy under Jim Akerley as well. And I think there's 3 starters on the WVU team that are Quest wrestlers through Jim Akerley. And he has a nice, Jim Akerley, he's a WVU alumni and created a awesome pipeline to send his wrestlers to WVU under Coach Flynn.
Hey, you got Hall, you got Finnerty, you got Hilligus. All guys.
Yeah, you got Scott Joel.
Scott Joel as well, yep.
Who we'll see next. But now we're 0-0. Both guys staying low. Both guys still feeling each other out here. Great re-attack by Hall. Just feels Heller penetrate a little bit, and Hall can redirect his pressure and get around to the side. Good defense by Heller here. Let's see. I want to see more wrestling right here. No breaks, and this is exactly what we're seeing, a little bit of wrestling. Hall's now in the front headlock. Heller's doing the right thing. You see him hold on to his elbow, squeeze that elbow, get a stalemate.
So hard to believe with all the action and flurries we've seen between these two. We're only halfway through the first period.
Yeah, I mean, heck, it could probably be 4-4 right now. You know, bunch of points on the board, but good solid wrestling by both guys.
Good counterattacks, defense.
And you know, if both of these guys, especially Hall, he's gotten in on, he's gotten in on Heller's leg a few times, hasn't been able to finish. You wonder if that puts any doubt into Hall for his future shots, right now. And Hall, with being an All-American, I suspect it doesn't, because he is experienced, because he's an aggressive wrestler. But Heller has some great defense here. He's going to spin around, look for him to lock in the crotch with his left leg, drive Hall towards his head. Hall needs to watch Hall sit through. He has his head under Heller's leg. Try to get his head up, his chest up. See him try to sit through. Heller's trying to avoid that.
Now let's come out the back door.
Wants to try to trap his arm, lock his arm. He's not going to get it. Beautiful scrambling by Heller. And Heller can try to put himself into a situation to get a takedown here. He has to be a little bit careful. Hall's still in a good position, but I think Hall would take a stalemate here. And that's where he's dangerous from there. And now you have to wonder, I said it a little earlier, does that change Hall's, attacks? Does it change his mentality to attack? I'm not quite sure, but I know that next time he shoots, he's going to have a clean shot with a clean angle and get a clean finish.
Good job by Heller turning into that.
Not quite out yet. And look for him to sit the corner. He has a good angle, looking for a cradle. He has a cradle locked up. He has it locked up. And if he can get off his hip, I think the ref will give him some points, but he doesn't have any points here. He's just going straight for the cradle, and go for it. You're wrestling the 12th-ranked guy in the country. Go for it. He's not going to get it, though.
He went across his own back. Now he's in some trouble himself.
Yeah, and this is a rough situation here. You're not getting out of this cradle.
The fall for Peyton Hall at 3 minutes and 43 seconds. I would love to see that match keep going.
Me too. That was fun. I would love to see those guys go again.
It looked like Heller had a great position here. He decided to go across his own back, and that was what did him in. Anthony.
Yeah, I agree. And when he decided to do that, Hall fell right into his cradle.
So now it's 18-4. West Virginia out in front with 4 matches to go.